My name is Lila Turner, and for most of my teenage years, I kept my stepfather at a quiet distance. It wasn't because he did anything wrong. It was because I couldn't bring myself to let him in. My real dad passed away when I was 15, and no one could fill that space in my heart. Not my friends, not my mom, and certainly not the man who married her 2 years later, Michael. Michael was kind. Too kind, maybe. He tried to cook breakfast for me, offered to drive me to school, and asked about my day even when I barely muttered back a reply. I knew he wanted to help, but I built a wall so tall he couldn't see over it. For years, we lived under the same roof but never truly shared a home. That changed one quiet night in late autumn. Chapter 1. The Silence Before the Storm. It was one of those nights when the house felt too big. My mom was away on a work trip, and Michael and I were the only ones home. Rain whispered against the windows, and the air carried that sharp chill of November. I was curled up on the couch, scrolling through old photos of my dad. My chest tightened when I saw his smile, the kind that made everyone else smile too. Before I knew it, tears slipped down my cheeks. I quickly wiped them away, embarrassed even though no one was watching. Then I heard footsteps. Couldn't sleep. Michael's voice was gentle, cautious. I didn't answer right away. He was standing there with 2 steaming mugs of hot chocolate, one in each hand. I thought maybe you'd like one, he said. It's been a long day. I hesitated, then nodded. Thanks. He sat down on the other end of the couch, leaving plenty of space between us. The only sound was the rain and the faint hum of the heater. Chapter 2. A conversation years late. I used to make this with your mom when she was your age, he said quietly. I looked at him, surprised. Really? Yeah, she liked it extra sweet. I can't drink it that way anymore, but old habits die hard. For the first time, I noticed the way he smiled when he talked about her, not out of obligation but out of real affection. It softened something inside me. I took a sip. The warmth spread through my chest. My dad used to make it with marshmallows, I said. He always burned them a little on purpose. Michael nodded. Your mom told me that. She said he believed burned marshmallows built character. I laughed softly. He really did. That laugh broke the wall between us. Chapter 3. Truths We Never Shared. As the night went on, the conversation deepened. I told him how much I missed my dad, the kind of missing that doesn't fade with time, only changes shape. Michael listened quietly, his hands wrapped around the mug. You know, he said after a long pause, I was never trying to replace him. I just wanted to be someone you could lean on when you needed to. I stared at him, caught off guard by his honesty. I know, I just didn't know how to let anyone in again. He nodded. Lost as that, it makes you think connection will hurt just as much as losing it. That night, I realized he wasn't just my mom's husband. He was someone who cared deeply, even when it wasn't easy. Chapter 4. Memories and Healing. We ended up going through old photo albums together, the kind my mom kept stacked in the attic. We laughed at embarrassing childhood photos of me missing teeth and wearing mismatched socks. At one point, I found a picture of my dad holding me on his shoulders at the beach. I stared at it for a long time before whispering, he was my hero. Michael looked at the picture too. He still is. And I think he'd be proud of how strong you've become. No one had said that to me in years. Tears filled my eyes, but this time, they felt like release, not pain. Chapter 5. One quiet night. By the time the rain stopped, the clock showed almost 2 a.m. I hadn't realized how long we'd been talking. Thank you, I said finally. For not giving up on me. He smiled. Family doesn't give up. We just wait for the right moment to find our way to each other. That night, we didn't just share hot chocolate. We shared understanding. Years of silence melted into one quiet, healing night. Chapter 6. A New Morning. When Mom came home the next day, she looked surprised to find both of us laughing in the kitchen, making breakfast together. What's going on here? She teased. Just making pancakes, Michael said. Our new Saturday tradition. I smiled at him, and for the first time, it felt natural. It wasn't forced or uncomfortable. It felt like family. Epilogue. What that night taught me. Years later, when I think back to that night, I realize how fragile yet powerful family bonds can be. They don't happen automatically, they're built one honest conversation at a time. My stepfather didn't replace my dad. He helped me remember that love doesn't have to compete, it can coexist, expand, and heal. One quiet night really did change everything. Not in a dramatic way, but in the way that truly matters. It brought peace back into our home. And sometimes, that's all we need.